We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
Yo, the JBT is back at you with another raffle. This time we be giving away an iPad, 10th generation iPad on entertainment in the pocket of your hand. So you wonder, how do you get this iPad? It's only $10. We giving away block specials for all our prizes this time around. $10 per entry, 3 entries for just $25 to get you in this time. Who don't love a block special? Not only are we giving away an iPad, but it's more gifts. Who don't love gifts? Gifts on top of gifts. Send that money, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1. Now, what you say is the other prizes now? We linked up with Kenichi Bear. Noise canceling headphones from the young brother straight from Baltimore, Maryland. So, if you want an addition to your $10, you get a secondary prize if you don't win the first prize. And then, don't forget, we got more. Don't win the first prize, don't win the second prize. Who don't need an air fryer? We're giving away a Ninja air fryer. Get your food right, eat healthy, get right. All on the JBT. $10 once again. I'll get you all of this. Your chance is golden. You got to be in it to win it. If you ain't in it, you don't get no prize. $10, JBT Network 1. Good luck. It's on you.
Yo, what's poppin', y'all? What's going on? It's the greatest man alive, Crush the Legend, aka known as the grumpiest man on the planet, according to the family. Hey, man, this coffee and donuts for grown-ups is Friday. It's the weekend. A lot of people sad because they don't have to work the weekends, and some people happy because they like to get that overtime, or they just like to work, period, if they got to work on the weekends. But, hey, it's Freestyle Friday right here on Coffee and Donuts for Grown-ups. So, man, this is a few things, a lot of topics I want to talk about in this rush hour, man. So let me just get things started real quick. Well, I'm going to say this for beginners. Hopefully we will hear more up-to-date information on what would possibly go down between Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr. It seemed like that's been the hottest talk, and it seemed like both of these young men really want parts of each other. So I know that's exciting for boxing fans and everything like that. So we just waiting to hear more information on it to let us know that this fight is definitely going to go down. So far as boxing right now in this segment, just wanted to clear that up and get that out the way. But hopefully we hear some news sometime today that these two young men will be getting it down for the crown. And like Brian Norman Jr. said, he's willing to face Boots Ennis right in his own backyard here in the city of brotherly blood. Not brotherly love, brotherly blood. I've been calling that brotherly blood for years, because ain't no brotherly love here in Philly. But anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good start today, Friday. So Boots Ennis, Brian Norman. Let's get it cracking. Hopefully we'll have a date and everything else after that. Also, I want to get into something else, man. That's kind of serious in here. Over here at BBO, we talk about a lot of different things besides the sport we all love. And some things we come up with that's very touching, is very important to everybody. And I'm talking about health this morning a little bit on Freestyle Friday. Yes, I'm talking about health. And I'm talking about your health far as your sex life. Because you cannot be out there swinging it like you the swing mob, Devontae swing, and you can't be running around oochie coochie la la la, because it's too much that's going on out here in the world. And also people, parents, make sure you do your due diligence with your children, knowing who they family are. Y'all know what I mean? Like, you got cousins, your children may have cousins that they don't know that's their cousins. This is very important, and it's important on a very detrimental scale, because either way you can either wind up, if you're the opposite sex, or even sometimes the same sex, you might wind up sleeping with somebody that's your blood related cousin. You don't know. But we know people that's into that when they do know. I'm just talking about for the ones who don't know, that needs to be careful. And even the ones that's out there, they definitely need to be careful too. That's one thing. Also, number two, along with that, you have a lot of men in your family probably killing and shooting at each other. They not even knowing that they family. And I really have to talk about this because it was a topic that I've been talking about off the grid throughout the week with a few people, and it's sad because we turn around and we just heard that one of the, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Come in.
This alarm down here is going off again, and I don't know what to do.
There should be a button that says silence. That's push the silence button and it stops. So thank you for that. But yeah, so come to find out,
Working.
you're gonna have to come up so I can come down and check it out. See, that's why I be trying to start my show a little earlier. Because that sometimes around these times it gets a little crazy. Like it is now. That's why I like to start at 6 o'clock, but we're gonna keep on rolling. And come to find out that a close friend of mine, his cousin got into a little beef with a couple guys, and making all story short, he shot his own cousin. His own cousin, they first cousins. They didn't know. And these things are very important. So now he finds out that he, hurt his own cousin. He don't know how to act. The young boy's in shock. He don't know what to do with himself because now he feels some type of way. He's holding the family accountable because he feels as though he should have known that was his cousin. Because this young man, he's a family-oriented guy. He like to stick with his family, and come to find out, he's beefing and shot his own blood cousin 3 times. So it's very important that you let your children know who their family are. Even if you, the parent, if you're not getting along with your brother, your sister, come on, don't take it out on the children. The children need to know who their family is. And then where we going, who's going to keep the family root, the tree alive? That's why a lot of families are broken up and, all these other things, just because of things, simply because us as adults, we're not being adults. We playing the segregation role when it comes to family, and it's not good. But on the disgusting half of it, is really what bothers me, because I had heard a story this week that someone, a friend of mine, was having relations with her own cousin. She didn't know. And she came out and told me, she said, yo, I was, this guy, and I used to date this guy, whatever, we used to go out. And she said, come to find out, we're cousins. And she was like, we got the same last name. Now hear me out. Got the same last name. Now listen, normally people, men, women, no matter how the order come, fellas, if you meet a female and female, if you meet a guy, y'all get further enough or comfortable enough to tell each other last name. A lot of times it may not be just a coincidence, or we just, got the same last name. Y'all might be connected. You might be connected. Sometimes having the same last name don't necessarily make you connected, but a lot of times you can be connected. And when my friend told me about the situation and how it went down, I even told her, I said, well, hold on for a second.
Yo, the JBT is back at you with another raffle. This time we be giving away an iPad, 10th generation iPad on entertainment in the pocket of your hand. So you wonder, how do you get this iPad? It's only $10. We giving away block specials for all our prizes this time around. $10 per entry. 3 entries for just $25 to get you in this time. Who don't love a block special? Not only are we giving away an iPad, but it's more gifts. Who don't love gifts? Gifts on top of gifts. Send that money, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1, JBT Network 1. Now, what you say is the other prizes now? We linked up with Kenichi Bear. Noise canceling headphones from the young brother straight from Baltimore, Maryland. So, if you want an addition to your $10, you get a secondary prize if you don't win the first prize. And then, don't forget, we got more. Don't win the first prize, don't win the second prize. Who don't need an air fryer? We're giving away a Ninja air fryer. Get your food right, eat healthy, get right. All on the JBT. $10 once again. I get you all of this. Your chance is golden. You got to be in it to win it. If you ain't in it, you don't get no prize. $10, JBT Network 1. Good luck. It's on you.
Yeah. So make sure y'all join try out that raffle. You never know, you might be a winner. But even when she was telling me the situation about she was messing around with her cousin, and when she told me to even flip me out, I even gave her a funny look. Not a disgusting look. Not so much of a disgusting look, but soon as she said it to me, I said to myself, I said, well, damn. Now, okay, you know, the last name could be a coincidence. You don't necessarily have to be connected. But the other thing that would have made me think that something wasn't right between them two, because they actually favor each other. You know how you can look at someone and say, yo, they look like they could be related. And a lot of times you go ask that person, yo, y'all related? Y'all brothers and sisters? They be like, no, we ain't brothers and sisters, but we cousins. They actually look alike. Like in their family last name, I can't put the family last name out there, but it's a big family, the family last name, and they have what you call a distinguished look. You know how all families got a certain identity, like your family might known to have, breed people with big foreheads, or light colored eyes, or your family is known for having twins and triplets that run through your family. Well, with this family, my friend, my homegirl, they noses, bro. They got these certain beaks, and only they people got this certain beak in their nose. Nobody else in the neighborhood in that section of the city has the same exact nose, except for these people who are related. That's a big family that actually have the same last name. So when she said it to me, it threw me off, and I was like, "Well, what was wrong with you two? Y'all didn't even pick up, like, y'all didn't never joke with each other, say, damn, we look alike. You ever thought about it? We favor, because sometimes you hear that depending on how long you've been dealing with somebody, you start to look like them or whatever like that. Just like people, they didn't have a pet dog around so long, them and the dog be starting to look alike. I'm just saying. But it was one of those situations, and we sitting here and I'm talking, I'm like, yo, this is very important. This is very scary. This is a subject that should be talked about, because look at what's going on out here. And then you have all these different bacterial diseases out here. And if you're not taking care of your body, and men is not all just on the woman. Morning. It's not just all on the woman, brothers. So when you getting it down for the crown with a young lady, you smell a certain odor. It don't necessarily has to be because of her pH balance is all. It don't necessarily have to be because of the female. Men, fellas, us, we play a part too, dog. You know that old saying, you are what you eat. You are what you drink. You say what you think you do. So when we out there, as men, we got to make sure what we putting in our bodies too, because we are what we eat. And plus, it's very important. You got to put the right things in your body in order for your body to work the way you need your body to work. So if you out there and you putting a whole bunch of junk in your body, but then you go in and release a batch of seeds, all those seeds that you're releasing got all those bad things that you put in your system from eating and drinking or whatever else, inhaling, swallowing the case. Hey man, it births that bad vibration and energy across the damn world. So now it's really think about it. It's very serious and even to the point a lot of people are blessed to not even have to even experience going through even getting the clap, getting burnt, or the different terms and names that we use all the way up until getting the ultimate, and it rocks with you until it rock about baby you're behind. But we don't be out here thinking about it. We be taking it for granted because man, I'm just about my body count, bro. I'm trying to see how many I can dip in. But man, you don't know what you dipping into. So fellas, it ain't cool for you either. If it ain't cool for the woman to be running around, it ain't cool for you either, because guess what? Somebody's gonna be transmitting something around. It's gonna come from somebody. But the fellas, we're dogs. We able to do that. No, because it still goes inside someone. So don't think we're on the safe side because we ain't getting ran in, but we are riding through that tunnel, if you know what I mean. So you don't know what you're gonna ride into because you're not sure about how that person eats, how how the hygiene is. It's very important to think about these things. And as you get older, you sit down and say, "Damn, you know what, man? I was tripping. Man, you know what? Since I'm older now, man, half of them girls I touched back in the day, I wouldn't have touched if I was in my right state of mind." Or, the ultimate thing that we all say right now to this very second. Man, if I knew yesterday what I knew now, it'd be different. Yes, that saying is always going to go on as long as life exists, and you are behind that door and not in front of that door. And it's very, very scary. I had heard some terrifying things throughout the week, talking to a couple of people about the situation. So I'm like, man, I want to put this out there because it's very scary. And because the masses, they promoting all this sexuality, and they got certain women that's put in certain positions to make women use what you got and get what you want or as their body, but not actually using their brain. I think that went over people's head when the woman said in the song, "Use what you got to get what you want." I don't think she was necessarily going out there and say, trick yourself out or anything like that. You have a brain, you got to use your brain. How you doing, brother? Good. You got to use your brain, so you can't be reckless. You can't be running around saying you casting over Brown and then you running around giving everybody the drip. It's serious, and it's too many cases. Friends have fought. We was talking about it, and some of the people we know that I didn't know about, they wound up catching that serious case. Catching that serious case because they was being reckless or they wasn't being careful enough, or you really got to look into who you dealing with these days. It's not like before where you could just get up and say, "Hey man, I'm gonna go outside, any fine chick I see, I'm gonna just go ahead and crack on and see how far it gets me." And vice versa. You really have to, if you got your eye on somebody, you better be watching them like you got a RICO case with them. Like you trailing them for a RICO case, because you just can't be running up in anything because of the cleanliness and because of the healthiness of their brain too. Because you don't want to be out there mixing in with bad vibrations and things like that, and having too much emotional luggage doesn't work either. It makes the situation even worse. What do I mean by emotional luggage, emotional baggage? Well, this saying, man, sitting down to talking about a relationship, and you may say to someone, man, you don't want to mess with her, she come with a lot of baggage. Normally we be thinking about the children. We don't be talking about the children all the time. It's all the nonsense that comes with these people because of emotional baggage. So for the slow people this morning who haven't woke up yet, let me give you the terminology of emotional baggage, meaning that one who has feelings for more than one person that they dealt in a past. They might have moved on physically wise, but emotionally and mentally wise, they never moved on. Meaning that they might be dating you, but that person run through their mind every time in all kind of ways. Pick one, but they're gonna run through their head in all kind of ways. And when you pick up on it, or when you start to see it, how you gonna handle it? Because you as a man, because women talk about so many turn-offs, for men that turn women off. But what about what women do that turn men off? Now we get it. A lot of men, they represent we dogs, roof. But we do have men that's relaxed. They not running around like that. They family men. They just want to be a one-woman man. You see what I'm saying? No, all that other good stuff. Hold on for a second. Good morning, Chief. And all that other good stuff. So you got to be careful out here. You just can't be running up and know anything. You don't know what you're gonna run into. So now you gotta you're dealing with a female, and she's constantly thinking about an ex, and she may mention them more than once, and give and take. You're a man, you're a woman. You understand? Sometimes they're going to talk about their past, but how they speak about their past is, is what will raise an eyebrow. Like, why she keep bringing this guy name up? Maybe she's still liking it, vice versa. Because sometimes they still do be having feelings for someone they was with in the past. That's why it's called emotional baggage. But it's not a good state for anybody's mind to be in, no matter if it's a male or female. Because you never fully gotten over that person. You moved on physically, but you didn't get over that person emotionally. Like, whatever feelings that you have for that person is just as active as the person that you're dealing with now. Hold on. I need you to go. On the badge. Yeah. So like I was saying, it's very, very important, and that's why you be having these young females out here that act the way they act, because they still have emotional connection to someone of their past. But here is you have someone in your present, but you thinking about somebody in your past, and sometimes we pick up on it. And then if you speak on it, like, oh, it's just a thought. No, it's not just a thought. That person is on your mind just as much as I am.
Phone ain't here today.
Oh,
Is it?
that girl took it downstairs.
Well,
Come on, Tania.
so then I need to see what I'm down there?
Yeah.
Alright,
All right. So now you picking up on it, because you're like, why is she constantly bringing this guy's name up? And then it's like, if she see him, you got to pick up on it. But, women think they should get a pass with that, and men should be more understanding, because they know that we are aware that women have more emotions than we do, but still, that don't give you no pass, because it's a wreck. It's like being stuck between a hard rock and even a harder place at the same time. Who wants to be in that state of mind? Because, ladies, how are you going to move on? You said you had enough. You said you had enough with your exes and this, that, and other, but you're constantly thinking about them, because there's still something about you, about them, that's keeping whatever love or in love feeling that you have for them active. So that's not going to make a person comfortable or even that much confident that you're dealing with in the present time. Because that's going to make them scratch their heads and say, well, I don't even know how far I can go with this lady. Yeah, I guess she shows me that she got feelings for me, but her feelings for me ain't nothing, because I can clearly see she still got feelings for someone else. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be doing something, because like I said, they might have moved on physically, but emotionally they haven't moved on. So that's just as worse as them not moving on physically. No man don't want to know that a woman got another man or men running through her head just as much as he's running through her head, and vice versa. But just because a lot of people, they're afraid to be alone, they need someone to always have attachment to. But sometimes when you get in relationships and you go through the trials and tribulations, then when it's finally over, you need to take a break. I ain't talking about a Kit Kat break. You need to take a break. Don't be rushing back into anything. Don't be rushing back into anything. But
Control room.
hold on, this girl getting on my nerves. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so you really got to think about that. You know, nobody wants to be stuck in that place, and then it causes a whole bunch of nonsense that you don't really need to happen. You know, now you get the present person that you're talking to is upset. Now he's thinking that you all these different type of things. He think less of you as a woman. What he used to think about you before, he don't look at you in that way because he clearly see that you still have emotional attachment to someone of your past, and the feelings for that person is still active. Because even when you're walking down the street, y'all together, y'all out, she might see that person, she look at him a certain way, she react a certain way. You can clearly see right there on it, like, what the? Who's gonna be comfortable with that? Like, how the hell she, she out with me and then she, see somebody for a past, or even vice versa, ladies, you out with your man or whatever, and he see a female from his past or whatever, you can tell that he still want that old thing back, like H-Town said. Then you automatically gonna think, oh, because all men and dogs, he probably dipping in there already. He probably already in there. Sometimes it be the case, and sometimes you don't. But who needs to be dealing with that? If you know that you haven't moved on, emotional wise, feelings wise from a person, you don't need to be attaching any more feelings on top of feelings, because it's like stacking ish upon ish upon ish upon ish. And then when you actually meet someone that you actually like, ladies, when you find someone you actually like, guess what? It ain't gonna work out for you. So now you like, damn, what's going on with me? I finally got the one that I really like, but I'm messing up because you still haven't let go Rakim. You still love Rakim. Then you got Kareem over here. You still got fresh feelings about him too. So you running around, you got 4 or 5 different personalities on your mind running through your head. They're gonna spur out. Because a lot of times when we get into arguments, a lot of time that rage from that person that you arguing with, that's arguing with you, it ain't because the rage that they have with you, but it's also the rage that they have from other people that's on their mind. That's how you know when someone got someone on the opposite sex on their mind, because they would take what they pissed them off about out on you, and you like, what? How did we get here? How did we get on this subject? I don't recall us going through any of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's because people be playing around too damn much. That's what it be. Good morning, dear. How you doing? I'm gonna go across the street for a minute. I got my keys. I don't know what the girl did with the damn phone. The phone was up here, it magically disappeared. I don't know what the hell. It was just up here. I set it up here last night. I don't know.
Yeah, the one that owns
Yeah, so you definitely got to think about these things because these things shape the relationship or how you communicate with someone. It helps. It will tell you which way that you're going with someone. So you can't ignore these things, but you got to give yourself a break. You got to think, damn, well, even though I'm used to being with somebody, having somebody around for 3 or 4 years. When it's over, it's over. That don't mean because you was with somebody for 3 or 4 years that you go jump into somebody, get linked onto somebody 3 or 4 minutes later. Because you're not giving yourself any time to heal from that person for those feelings that you have for that person to die down. Because now you got somebody else on your mind. Y'all know what happens, ladies. Y'all know what happens. Normally you go there, you go there more than once. But what normally happens when you start meeting? A lot of times, if it's good and if the chemistry is good, you're gonna start having feelings for that person. So you can't be doing that, and then that's the most. Oh my God, it's the most horrific thing for anyone to think about, especially when someone got their mindset on someone that they really want to be with, but then they see, well, damn, she got all this with her, and be like, yo, man, she loved too many men for me. I have heard someone say that to me about a female before. I'm like, man, what's wrong? He said, man, she loved too many dudes for me. And he's like, no, not that she getting busy with him like that, but she loved too many men for me. It's too many men. And I said, I get that because I would feel the same way too. So how I'm supposed to move on and try to make a woman happy when my sad ass hasn't even moved on emotionally from maybe 1, 2, 3 women in my past. You can't move on to the next one because you haven't really got over that situation and those situations. So now your outburst would be because how I rub you the wrong way, how that person rub you the wrong way, and so forth. That's why it be a whole hot mess out here, and these relationships don't be working because too much baggage. We ain't talking about the kids. Kids sometimes gonna come with that. That's something that should be acceptable. But I'm talking about this emotional luggage. It's very dangerous because if she has multiple people on her mind while she's presently with you, then you have to think, well, is it any time that she's with me, even though she might be next to me? But if I'm really on her mind, I might be there for in the present. Might be somebody else on her mind the whole damn time. These are things that you gotta think about, people, because they do exist. It's a scary reality, but it's an actual fact. It happens. And this is what caused people to go crazy and go into a rage. You don't need none of this nonsense. We already got enough war going on. So now you're raging emotional war because someone full of don't you messed around and effed up their mood control because that person you didn't disrespect the love, the respect, and everything that they have for you because they see that you a piece of ish in one way because they mad at you. So, out of anger, they feel that way. But then again, they like, but damn, when they calm down, look at it like this is a messy person. Nobody needs to deal with that. And that's why most of relationships and friendships and, with benefits don't be working because they be too damn busy. You can't be doing all that. How are you going to make someone happy? How are you going to make yourself happy? You can't. It's going to be chaos all the time. And every time you turn around, you're constantly having an outburst with a man because you constantly got other men on your mind that you never got over. Same thing with the guys when it comes to the females. It's weird. It's a weird situation. I don't want none of that. Then you be thinking you all doing something. Yeah, I got her on I'm on her mind like that. Man, you might be in between them Johnny Gills and she thinking about somebody else on top of her hill. What are we talking about this morning? These are the things that we must think about that take place with this emotional luggage stuff, people. I'm just trying to tell you. This is facts, and I'm pretty sure we all even been on these, if not both sides of that fence, we both been on that side of the fence before. You understand what I'm saying? We both been on that side of the fence before. So these are things we must think about. So if you in attendance this morning and this fit the narrative for you, I suggest that you go ahead and cleanse your mind and get your mind right. Because how are we going to teach the children how to conduct themselves in a relationship, how to go about situations like this when they come across them if we ain't handling them right? The streets is watching. The streets is watching, so the children is watching, the birds is watching, the raccoons is watching, everybody watching. They saying what a hot mess you are. They say, you know, this is why she always got multiple men around, because nothing is going to last, because she's always messing up. This man, that man, that man, this man. Nobody don't want to hear that. And then if you sit down, you know, you might talk about your past a little bit with the person that you with, but you ain't going to go all deep in depth like that. But you sit there, you relaxing, and every time, you know, in a conversation, she bringing one of those guys up, names up that's running through her freaking head. You like, what the hell? I mean, and she keep bringing this nigga name up. How much she thinking about him? You know, it's something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. Shout out to everybody that's in here this morning, man. This is what we do over here on BBO, man. We about all talks, man. We just ain't gonna teach each other boxing. We gonna learn this other stuff too if you behind. You hear me? This is what we do on here, man. This is what we doing, but these are things that take place on an everyday basis. And I said, man, this is something definitely to talk about, because I know some people that's actually going through these things. You know what I'm saying? D-Free in the building. Where's my squadron at? You know. Hey, man, if y'all liking this morning's subject, man, just let me know. If not, just let me know. It's all good, but these are things that makes situations bad for people trying to, you know, move on in their love life or whatever. But ladies, man, you cannot move on if you didn't emotionally move on. Just because you moved on physically doesn't mean that you moved on. Because that person can be riding right by you while you with your friend, and that person on your mind so much, you might wind up doing something like sticking your middle finger up or making a certain gesture. Your friend that you with is going to see that, because you can't help yourself, because you still got this person on your damn mind just as much as the person you're dealing with presently. So you can't help yourself, because it's something about that person that rubbed you the wrong way. You just got to let it out. Then they're going to look at you like, how would you feel if you out with your woman, and your woman, she's seen a guy that she used to deal with, and she give him the middle finger? You're going to look at, you're going to be like, what you do that for? But if you're a smart person, you ain't going to cause no attention to you, but that's going to raise the eyebrow too. And like, well, if you talking to me, you ain't mad. What you got to put your middle finger, but whatever he made you feel, you should be over that. It should be done. That's a red flag, fellas. So whenever you see that, that means it's time for you to exit stage left, leave her alone. Because that means you ain't the only one in her heart. You ain't the only one in her mind. And most likely, you might not be the only one that's tap dancing on that ass. You might not be the only one that's tapping that, because that happens too. So now it goes into, oh, damn. Man, she probably messing around with this dude. Hey, she better be strapping up, because she ain't strapping up with me, but she better be strapping up with that dude. I'll give y'all something crazy. Y'all want to hear something crazy? I'm going to give y'all one. Family member of mine. It was a couple of days before I just put my folks in the ground last Friday. And my cousin came over to the family house to talk about the funeral, whatever. So my sister, she asked my cousin, she said, well, what's going on with you and your friend? So he say, oh, cuz, we not together no more, cuz. So my sister automatically put the blame on him. She like, cuz, what you do? What you do? He said, it wasn't me this time. After this last stint in jail, you know, I've been keeping. I just use one holster for my gun. I ain't been running around cheating and none of that. It was her. So he said, guess how I found out, y'all? And we said, well, tell us about it. This is how he found out she was cheating. It goes right along with this subject. So they have the same primary doctor or whatever. Bam, bam, bam. Y'all get it? Because they've been together for quite some time. They got the same primary doctor. So, boom, she goes get it checked up. She come back hotter than fish grease. Yeah, hotter than fish grease. Hotter than the lava in a volcano. She come back. So of course she gonna go say something. You know, something ain't right with me. I got this situation. You probably gave it to me. So my cousin, he went and got checked out because just like he told me and my sister, he said, "Listen, I really was a good dude this time." Because he used to be one of those guys that went around, but he finally grew up. He said, wasn't me. He said, so we got the same doc. So he said we was mad because they was on the outs after that. He goes to the doctor. And it only take 3 days for that thing to come back. So he go to the doctor, right? Now, for those 3 days, he's waiting for the result to come back because that happened and, you know, things was falling apart. He said, you know what? I'm going to leave the house for a couple of days. He just didn't leave the house for a couple of days. He just didn't leave the neighborhood. He just didn't leave the city for a couple of days. He went out the country. So while he waiting for the 3 days to pass by for the results, he went to Aruba. Enjoyed himself, saying, you know, I'm gonna keep my cool. I'm gonna do things a little different. I don't want to snap out because I'm still walking off 10 years of parole. So he's doing everything right. You know, if I stay here, I'm gonna wind up killing this chick. I get that. So he went to Aruba. So he gets back from Aruba. By the time he comes back from Aruba, the test results are there, y'all. So then he tells us, she said, well, where did you go at for your few days? He said, oh yeah, I went to Aruba. You ain't tell me you was going to Aruba. He said, I just started getting away from you a couple of days. He said, oh, I forgot I bought you something back too. So she was like, well, he said, oh, I meant to tell you, here's the test results. His thing come back cleaner than a whistle, baby. Cleaner than a whistle. Blow the whistle like the Too Short song. He ain't got nothing. Not nothing. Whatever she had, he ain't got nothing. So now she's sitting there all dumbfounded with, did I do that? So you know why little foul behind said to him, still trying to play it off. We're talking about, well, I still had to get it from you, but I'm glad you didn't get it. So she said he still went out and slept with somebody that had the stuff, but he didn't catch it. But he went to have sex with her and she caught it, but he didn't catch it. Y'all think about that for a couple seconds. For a couple seconds. Think about that for a couple seconds, huh? Think about that for a couple seconds, baby. Yeah, so then she's dumbfounded. So she's still trying to play it off to this day, knowing that she went and contracted that from somebody else. Cousin come back clean with everything. She's still trying to deny it. So you know what he did? He said, well, okay, you can sit here and try to deny it all you want. He said, well, I'm moving. He left the whole place to her. He said, now you got this whole house to think about when you're going to be a damn woman. Kid. I ain't coming back no more. But see, this is the reason why you cannot be out here doing the things that you're doing, running around thinking it's cool for you to be collecting body after body, being a damn bone collector, ladies. It ain't nothing cute about that. That is not woman-like, okay? Women do not conduct themselves like that. You know, women keeps themselves with one man. They ain't up here trying to jump on magic stick to magic stick and all that nonsense. And no real woman don't want to be in that state of mind. The mind, the brain, we already have enough to deal with. So why would you want to put yourself in this situation? Because you're never going to be comfortable when you're around somebody, because you're around somebody that you like, but you got somebody on your mind that you still love, that you just ain't messing with no more. but you still love him, and you still think about, what if this wouldn't have happened? We could have been doing this. We could have been doing that. These are the things that you're thinking about. Oh, what I'm doing with this guy, I could have been doing this with you. This is how y'all think with this emotional baggage. This is how y'all think it's going to spill out, because all of y'all not, equipped to hold it together like that. But why take somebody through that? Because you went through it, you're a punk. Don't take somebody through something that you went through that was detrimental to that person. You just make them a victim. They didn't have anything to do with it. That's just how it is. So you gotta take your time out here. Of course, nobody don't want to be alone, people, but sometimes you gonna have to be alone for some time. None of this stuff is going nowhere. Ladies, if you was with somebody for 7 years and that thing was, and it was bad, you don't need to be talking to nobody 7 months for later. You got 7 years, you got to clear out. You might need to take a couple years off before you go jumping into something else. Think about that. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be blaming stuff on a new person. They ain't got none of this nonsense or toxicness going on. He's automatically going to get the blame. And then if it's a fella doing it, the girl going to automatically get the blame. But the thing is, emotional baggage. Know what to do with it soon when you notice it. Because a lot of us get stuck and we be knowing, oh man, she got all this going on, but she's a bad mammy jab. I got to have it. I got to have it like the movie. Now look at you. Now you're a fool. So when everybody see that you in a situation where you know what's going on and they know that you know how that person is, when they look at you funny, you can't feel no type of way about it. You can't get mad at nobody because you know that you are a fool. How you gonna get mad at somebody because they know what you are? Truth hurts. I ain't know the truth hurts. The truth is not hurtful, as far as I'm concerned. It's very informative. That's what it is. Because the truth ain't supposed to hurt. It ain't supposed to feel bad or feel good. It's supposed to be informative for you and to you. I don't know what they get all this other stuff from. But we're going to try to, get some of these things cleared out and get a better understanding over here at BBO. On Coffee and Donuts for Grown-Ups and for the rest of the shows that we do. But this is something to think about. Hopefully you would start off your Friday thinking about these things. If you know anyone, man, and you know they're in a situation like what I've been talking about for the past 47 minutes, man, you better give them some damn game and give them some real talk. Have them come and talk to me. I'll give them a one-on-one. But these things cannot continue to happen because it's not good for the brain. It's not good for the brain. It's very bad. So how do you deal with it? Women, if there's any females in here, what advice would you give to a female? Because y'all too damn emotional. That's why y'all shouldn't be liking and gravitating to every and anything. Y'all should be just as picky as a picnic. I was foul for that one, but hopefully that woke y'all up, Let me see what we got going on in the chat before we get up out of here in a few minutes, man. Let me see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on out in the beautiful chat, man. Jess Sparks said, yeah, I just left a 9-year relationship. I need to clear my mind. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Before I was with the person that I'm with now, I wasn't in a relationship for like 6 years. I wasn't in a relationship for like 6 years. And out of that 6 years, I wasn't in a relationship. I purposely, not because I couldn't, out of that 6, I'd say 3 years, I didn't even worry about sex because I knew what I had to do to clear my mind. Then, it ain't the same no more like back in the day. It ain't the same like you know, back in the 80s and the 90s when you only, you know, you get one little sip or little clap or burn or whatever like that. You can, you know, you can jump into things like that. So as I got older, I had to start realizing things because, you know, I was out there reckless. A lot of things I could have wound up with that stuff 1,000 times over being reckless. A lot of us, we all has been in position not even knowing that we could also come to that, you know, no matter if it's the full blown AIDS or the HIV, you know, because the way that these people be swinging their bodies all over the place, men and women. But you can't do that. That's just like I got a cousin. He's 65 years old. He's running around, man. You know, I need you to go get me some of that special stuff. For what, man? You know, I got these young girls. I'm knocking 2 off today. Man, you ain't in your 20s no more, man. You damn near hitting towards 70, and you think that it sound cool to me. I said, man, you gonna have a damn heart attack, and your arthritis and the Charlie was gonna kicking on him at the same damn time. I told him he's too old for that. He is too old for that. He try to make it look good, man. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm 55, and I deal with one chick. And it's easy. We can all go out there and have 4, 5, 6, 7, but I ain't doing that no more. I just
people want to do that, period.
Yeah, because they crazy. And I just explained emotional luggage that these women carry with them besides the babies. I ain't worrying about the babies. The emotional luggage that they'll never get over. Yep. That's it.
That's nigga shit.
Exactly. The nigga mentality.
That's why back in the 50s and the 60s, they used to say, well, the only power that we have is in our hands.
Yup. They sure enough did. Y'all hear that?
And with the movies, like, what's his name? The guy that played the helicopter driver in Magnum P.I.
Yeah.
And Ken Norton, Mandingo.
Mandingo. Y'all know about that movie? Yep.
See how we get stereotyped?
Yep.
And now look at the younger generation doing the same thing.
Doing the same thing. Exactly.
That's for lack of discipline.
Yep.
When he should be hitting the iron, playing sports,
Yep.
taking supplements, and keeping fit. Then he don't need to be buying no artificial stimulants out there in them streets.
Exactly.
Keep this shit healthy.
Yep.
Tear the panties up.
Yep. Then you want
stupid.
They
He's
stupid.
stripping himself down. Well, he built up already.
Exactly. Then they gotta rely on this damn Viagra and all this
He can
nonsense.
last all night long.
Man, drink some alkaline water, eat some damn fruit, you be alright. That's all you need. You don't need nothing else.
The vitamins,
The vitamins, man, that's why they always used to say, oh, that's all they like to do is eat chicken and watermelon. Well, the chicken don't help us, but you know the watermelon does, and then y'all start eating it right behind us, the cocksuckers. Everything we do, they copy. Everything we do, they copy. But yeah, it's the thing these days, you got to be able to think about my God. Y'all hear me this morning? These are the things that we must think about. DS3, what's going on, bruh? What's going on, man? I think I talk good stuff. We talk very informative information over here. You know? But you got to be careful out here, people. Please be careful out here. Be careful with the way you move. Be careful with the way you choose. Listen, if you only got one and y'all been together for some time, make that ish work, man, because ain't nothing out here. It's just for show. Anything else in between, it ain't ish. It's just for show. That's all it is. It's just for show. It's just for show, baby. That's all it is. Just for show. Hold on for a second, y'all.
Yo,
We really boxing. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest?
I didn't know you could cook up like that.
Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting by.